and welcome back to FuzzyduckzyRaider Gaming and a guide on a high-end farming strategy. Today we're looking at farming Shaper Guardians and Shaper himself for a profit of over 220 chaos an hour. Now this is something I've been testing over the last few days and thought I'd bring you guys the results. The main things that we're looking for in this farm are the formed invitation, which is around 50 chaos at the moment, and then fragment of shape and fragment of knowledge that drop from the Shaper fight, and they're around 92 chaos each. To help with this farm, you are going to need the Uncharted Realms passive Guardian's Aid. This makes it so that when you get a Guardian down to 33% health, he's healed back to full health and joined by a second Guardian. And the second Guardian has a chance to drop a fragment. Now the tactic is really simple. We farm Shaper Guardian maps for fragments. We're then using these fragments to kill Shaper. We're selling any fragments that drop along with any invitations. Now in regards to drop rate, from the testing I've done, it's about a 50% chance for the additional Guardian to drop a fragment and about a 12.5% chance for an invitation to drop from a map. Now it's not possible to get exact drop rates without running thousands of maps, but I've done a bit of digging into what people were doing this league and last league, and over samples of thousands of maps, this seems about in line with what other people were experiencing. I'm running the map white as quantity doesn't affect the fragment drop rate, and it means it's much easier and quicker to run the maps. It also means we've got no additional expenditure rolling the maps. I'm not running any Chimera maps as they take twice as long to complete. We will get some Chimera fragments from Guardian's Aid, and then I'm buying the rest to make up the sets. These maps take less than 2 minutes to run for me, and overall I can easily run 24 maps in way under an hour. That will then leave us, if we're running an equal amount of maps, with 8 Phoenix fragments, 8 Hydra fragments, 8 Minotaur fragments, 12 random fragments from Guardian's Aid, and then around 2 invitations. I then buy however many Chimera fragments I need to make complete sets. Let's use a worst case scenario and say that the 12 Guardian's Aid maps dropped 4 Minotaur, 4 Hydra and 4 Phoenix fragments. This would leave us with 11 of each fragment but no Chimera. This means we'll need to buy 11 Chimera fragments from trade to complete the sets. We then run these 11 sets and sell anything that drops from Shaper. Now time for a bit of maths to show how much the run costs, how much we get back, how long it takes, and then from that we can work out our hourly rate. So the cost for a Hydra fragment is around 17 chaos and the maps are 16 chaos each. Remember, you can horizon orb the maps to get different Guardians, and this helps balance in your set. This puts our total outlay at 384 chaos for the 24 maps and 187 for the Chimera fragments. This gives us a total cost of the strategy of 571 chaos. So now we've worked out the expenditure, let's move on to the returns. We're going to get 100 chaos back from the 2 invitations. We're then going to kill Shaper 11 times and sell all the loot. Again, I'm going to use a worst case scenario and say we've got no loot worth selling other than the fragments. Now this is really unlikely. You should get at least 1 to 2 Dying Sun flasks, and they're still worth a little bit of money. So once we sold the 11 fragments and added this to the invitations, we get a total income of 1,112 chaos orbs. After deducting the costs, we end up with a total profit of 441 chaos. The entire process takes around 2 hours if you've got a decent character. You should be able to do the maps in 50 minutes, and then it's around 6 minutes per Shaper kill. The importance of this strategy is that you're efficient. So when you're mapping, you're in and out. You're not doing a league mechanic, you're not full clearing it, you're just beeline into the boss, killing them, looting the fragment, starting again. Same with Shaper, you're putting in the fragments, you're running it, you're coming out and you're doing it straight away again. And then at the end of the tower session, you're going to be left with overall profit of a minimum of 220 chaos per hour. Now the good thing about this strategy is that the profit is all in the fragments and the invitations, and they're easy and quick to sell. There's no mass pricing currency or clicking hundreds of times to loot your rewards. Now there are obviously more lucrative strategies, but I really like this one, as firstly it's really straightforward, doesn't put any extra strain on risk clicking thousands of items. There's also no downtime sorting inventory and selling lots of different items. We can pretty much go straight from one session to another. That's the one thing that I find puts this over other strategies for me, is I do like some of the other strategies where you're mapping really quickly and you're looting tons and tons of items, but actually picking up those items and then coming around to pricing them and selling them can be really frustrating. And a lot of the times I find that at the end of the league, half this stuff is still sitting in my dump tab because I haven't sorted it for sale. Now that pretty much covers this strategy off. I'm on holiday for a week coming up soon, and I'm unsure if I'm going to get another video out before I go, but I will post in the channel to let you guys know either way. As always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and see you in the next video.